Nah, workshop ini seperti yang kalian ketahui akan full English ya. Jadi pertanyaannya diharapkan juga bisa bahasa Inggris. Nanti akan ada sesi Q&A di akhir presentasi nanti ketika Out sudah beres presentasinya. Kita di sini akan direkam, tapi kemungkinan besar nggak akan ada translationnya ya, karena memang cukup sulit untuk nge-translate ini. Jadi ya, tapi untuk ilmunya ini udah pasti banyak daging banget ya. Jadi semoga kalian bisa belajar satu atau dua hal tentang environment concept art di dunia profesional. Oke, mulai detik ini gue akan bicara full English ya. Jadi ya kita akan mulai saja workshopnya. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the first international workshop for White Brush Academy. My name is Yurian. I'm your host, and today we will be joined by one of the best, probably the one that I admired the most from back when I was in FZD. My best friend Oat from Thailand. He's done so many films and possibly video games, right? If I'm not wrong. Specialized in environment concept art, and now we would like to hear a little bit of your thoughts about environment concept art. So, you can start your presentation now, please.
Before we start, I just have a few questions. All of these guys are students from your academy?
There are some, but
Some,
most of
okay.
them are community based here.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Akkarapon. You can call me Ort. I'm a concept artist based in Bangkok, Thailand. I graduated from FCD School of Design in 2017. Me and Yurian were in the same batch, and we had a lot of great time together. And I love the fact that he liked Thai food. Maybe because he didn't literally have a choice. The closest restaurant near FCD was Thai food anyway. Yeah. And, I work on game projects, animation, and advertising and films. This year, I have an opportunity to teaching and at university in Thailand, and after that, I start my one-on-one mentorship, and I realized that I really enjoy teaching, and the person who inspired me is actually Yurian. I remember on the very first day at FCD, Feng asked us to introduce ourselves and tell the class about our dreams and plans. And I still remember Julian said he wanted to open his own studio and his own art school, something like that. I have told him before, big congratulations again, my friend. And today I want to share something I wish someone had told me when I started. What it really takes to become an environment concept artist. Actually, not just environment art. This thing can be applied to every art and design job. I want to start this session by sharing a bit of my journey. I actually graduated with a degree in economics, so I had no art background at all. I just love drawing, love watching movies, and love playing game. When I was in my third years of university, I discovered that Feng Su, the artist who worked on Star Wars, Transformer, and many big films, had opened a school in Singapore. That was the first time I realized that the people who design creatures, spaceships, robots, and even the keyframe, they call concept artists. I knew immediately that this is what I want to do. And thanks to my family, they support me. It was a huge thing, switching career, studying abroad with no art skill. And at FCD, there was a quote on the wall. 1 year makes a difference, and it's true. Just 1 year, even for someone like me with no art background, I become someone who could draw in perspective. So here what I'm trying to say for me, if you want to become a successful artist, there are three main things you must work on. Three main pillars. Let's see. Okay. Three main things you should focus are the first one is art fundamentals. Next thing is knowledge and visual library. And last one is tools. I'm going to explain them one by one. I will start with fundamentals. I brought some of my FCD work to show you guys. But this is what I literally did before joining FCD. Look at this. So, and this one is my submission for FCD. It's look terrible, and I think if I can do this, you can do this. Okay, just keep practicing. After many years of hard working, I can finally this something that I really want to do. And yeah, I will show you some of my very first sketch. With For me, I have no experience in drawing and sketch, and you can see you can tell that look at my work pretty bad. So after I practice all of this stuff are in FCD. So just fundamentals, even handwriting, drawing in perspective. You must are getting better after you practice a lot. Okay, and uh, I'm gonna say that what the way you will teach at White Brush Academy is exactly the same method we used at FCD. So I want to assure you are on the right track. Okay, and okay, this one is my final project from FCD. Uh, I think 8 years ago. 8 years ago, and I gonna show you this stuff. Okay, I doing this piece with SketchUp, and after that I try to paint and photo bashing them one by one. Okay, and it's pretty hard, because I'm new. I'm really new. Okay, I try to learn this doing my last term in FCD because I I know exactly at the beginning that I want to become an environment concept artist, and you can see this. I spent too much time on this piece. Okay, because the tool didn't support me well, because SketchUp you can do just a really simple basic model and paint over in Photoshop. But nowadays, maybe you already know that people use Blender, that you can adding a texture, experiment with lighting, everything, and just Blender is help a lot. So don't skip the art fundamentals. Really important. And yeah, I know it's boring. Before I do something really cool stuff, you know, I doing just light sketch, painting. Uh, yeah, just keep practicing until you got all our fundamentals. It will help you to create something that bigger. Okay, so um, and SketchUp. After I use SketchUp and learn Blender, it helped me a lot. It's totally different. But before we going to discuss about tools, I'm gonna talking about knowledge and visual library. The second pillar is knowledge and visual library. Um, this is something a lot of beginners ignore, but it's one of the most important parts of becoming a strong environment concept artist. And you need to feed your brain with references. Earlier one, get one. Um, you build this through observing movies, or traveling, reading books, or playing games, and even just taking a photo or interesting things allow you. And every time you notice architecture, materials, landscape, culture, clothes, weather, lighting, and all of this, and that's become part of your visual library. The more you see, the more you understand, and the better your design becomes. So, because uh, we are concept artists, is totally different with illustration. So, you can come up cool design or cool idea with all reference. Uh, so design is mixing everything you have learned and everything you have seen. I have a tons of reference that I collect. I can show you. Uh, you know, like this. Um, in Pinterest, just group them in each category like this, and it helps you to build your visual library. I call this like something in your brain, your resources, everything that's you interesting or is cool, just a random image on the internet, just save it, keep it. Okay, so I have this kind of thing in every platform, like ArtStation, Instagram, Facebook, even Discord channel. I create my own group, and just only me. And when I travel and found something interesting, I take a picture and post it on this chart for myself. So everything, and yeah, this helped me a lot. Okay, this helped me understand how to make my work feel more realistic. If you take a lot of photo by yourself, for example, like a common mistake I always see is when people just add fog in dark areas. For example, a common mistake I always see in when people just add fog in dark areas, like dropping a fog PNG on top and lowering the opacity, just change or blending more to screen or something like that, and it doesn't work like that. Fog, rain, mist, they only become visible when light hits them. Okay, you can see this. Small things like this make a huge difference, and you only learn them by observing the real world. Okay. Yeah. And other things, I think, if you rely only on references from the internet, the same sources everyone else use, your work may start to look generic because every people got the same idea. Okay, just dive deeper, and maybe you can find inspiration from unexpected place, like a real book in library, and your own magazine or location you travel to, or something you photograph yourself. You will discover ideas and information that most people never see. That's how you build a strong visual ability, and that's how you make your design stand out. Okay, before going to the last thing that I'm gonna talk about is tools. I can show you some of my study. Um, if you have time doing some study like a keyframe study, you can look at a website called Shotdex. Great one, but you have to pay subscription. Yes, it helped a lot doing this and study them, or color, or composition, and everything, shape. So it's all about. It's not just a technique or cool brush or cool 3D software. It's all about fundamentals and visual ability. Just study this kind of stuff. It's help a lot. Okay, it's boring, I know, but it's useful. So after you have a strong fundamental and your visual ability, you can design something awesome or something that you never imagined before. So the last thing I'm gonna talk about is tools, and maybe I gonna spend time a lot on this topic. We all know that in the early era of concept art, artists only had pen, paper, and markers. You can look at legendary artists like Sidney. Everything was traditional. See, so but the world changed. The industry changes. New tools keep coming. We got Photoshop. We got big PC with tablets. Now we even have iPad. If you remember the FCD project I showed earlier, uh, this one. Um, I used SketchUp and I spent way too much time on it. But today we have 3D tools like Blender. Actually, many famous artists they used 3D very long time ago. You know, like uh, Maya, Model, Fusion, or 360. Yeah, many of them used this before, but Blender became popular because it's extremely powerful and it's free. Okay, and it's open up design possibility you couldn't imagine before, and it's free. This is the main thing, but you can donate to support them. Today, using 3D is basically an industry standard. I think if you want to work in concept art, as especially uh, realistic concept art, you can't refuse 3D because it helps you to reach that high quality level. But if you go for stylized or cartoony, it's okay. But you can just use 3D for simple block out, and yeah, it's help you and save time. Okay. Sometimes if you didn't use 3D and you got a work or assignment that too complex, okay, it's pretty hard to drawing everything in perspective. Okay, please use 3D. It's help a lot. And 3D is not a cheat. 3D is a professional tool that help you think better, decide better, and finish faster. Okay, and I got a chance to work with director advertising car advertising, and he used AI to create keyframe, and it helped a lot. So actually, in production, they didn't care what the tool you did. They want final result and the outcome. Okay, so you have to learn as much as you can and adapt everything to just submit in time. Okay, and but if you focus only Blender, you might forget that we actually have many tools in the market, and we can combine all of them to create cool design. For example, I still use ZBrush for scouting, and I still have original ZBrush license from FCD. Okay, and the way I use ZBrush is totally different with 3D artists, because I try to come up with cool design, and I want to achieve their hyper realistic level. So I just scouting this and skip 3D artist part, like lithology and unwrap. So this is a very high poly model, but it's okay for concept art because I can show my design clearly, and I use this. I use ZBrush and Blender in Blender. Okay, and adding texture in Substance Painter. Substance 3D printer, I try to use this in a stupid way, just painting it on top. Okay, it's not the best way or the right way to use this, but I don't care. Okay, I just want the final result like this. So it's not just about one tool. Many things you have to learn and adapt into your workflow. And I think uh, the first question is you what is your goals? What is the thing that you really want to do? So you should start from that, and take a note, list everything that you have to learn. Okay, and I can show you some of my previous work that I really first Blender. Okay, I think this is the first one. Uh, um, I think 4 or 5 years ago, I got a phone call. He tried to open a studio in Thailand, and found me on ArtStation, and he wants someone that use Blender in workflow, and on that day I cannot do any Blender stuff, and I told him I need more two I need 2 weeks to prepare my portfolio, and then this is what I submit to them, like a 2 weeks of learning Blender, and yeah, they never reply my email because this is not their quality that they want, and I understand that. So at that point, this I think I just realized that this is very important. If you want to survive in this industry, you have to learn new tools, and adapt everything into your workflow. So the world changes pretty fast. New tools will come. So uh, don't uh, don't fear to use something or learn something new. Okay, and I try to learn Blender by taking a lot of mentorship because I come from a third world country. The knowledge kind of limit. So and then this is really I don't like it anymore. But you can see that my very first just only a blocking cube with no texture, and after that I try to add in characters and into my portfolio. Like this is I think really first one, and this one I just use a kit bashing and practice with light things. Yeah. So this is I can't call this my design because I just use a kit bash. So okay, like this one I try to doing or make a lot of stuff, and yeah, this is some of my works that I start using Blender, and I just remove all of them on my ArtStation. And but you can see that uh, if you keep practicing, you will getting better and better. And uh, so okay, not only ZBrush that I use, I learned 3D Code is another powerful tool, very close to ZBrush, but they have the sphere brush, which let you sketch and block out form in 3D almost like a VR scouting, you know. And honestly, the most powerful feature in 3D code for me is the stencil system. You can do this with Alpha in ZBrush too, but in 3D code, it's just so much easier. Okay, um, something like this. I download uh, the sculpture and adding the detail, the broken arm like this in 3D code and texturing. So and the next thing I'm gonna talk about is Substance Painter. Okay. Okay, before we go dive deeper, I wanna share you something. In the very beginning, I doing like only scene, okay, no character, and then I try to add some character by using our kit how do you call our 3D asset. Yeah, 3D asset, and it's not enough anymore. And I want to control and design my character by my own. So I I have to use ZBrush. I have to adapt more, not only one program. I do this in ZBrush, okay, and then I can combine everything. This one I use character creator, okay, with ZBrush and Blender because I have some my idea that I really want to do, but honestly, for me, I want to show only my best work on my ArtStation. If I have strong idea, but my skill not quite good yet, I will not use a really hard topic. Just keep it simple and practice a lot until you can handle something that's harder. Okay. So after I prepare all of this, I come up with this. I think for now this is my best work, and and I try to combine everything, every tools that I know together. I have this idea for a very long time, but I don't want to waste this potential. I don't want to do a bad work. If I'm not good enough, I will keep it secret. Okay, but but when I'm ready and I can handle this, and yeah, I just try to do this much harder, much challenge, and you can see my tiger. I use 3 brush and substance painter. Just it's called photo projection or something like that. Just find a tiger skin and paint it on top, and got it's gonna copy your photo into your model. And I do this. I spend a long time or too much time maybe because for nowadays you can use our 3D AI generator, and I will talking about this later. Uh, yeah, after I learn everything, every tool and combine together, I can come up with something cool, something different, something that no one can do this before. Okay, but the first thing that I told you is fundamentals. If you don't understand our perspective, you can handle this for sure. Okay, and so it's not just about tools. Actually, the main folk the most important thing is your design. So and you have to get more experience, and the easiest way to gain more your easiest way to gain more visual ability is doing some study. Okay, like I did something like this. It's boring, but it helped a lot. Okay, and uh, okay, where is my station? Okay, got it. Uh, so I this is this work. I taking a mentorship with Leo Alvaro. He is one of my favorite artists, and I try to learn how to use character creator, and uh, I I cannot do this at very first day because too many things that I have to do. But the most thing is you have to manage your file very well because our ton of model gonna crash your computer. So it's not just about work hard, it's all about work smart too. And you see this all of this is 3D. Um but from my experience is depend on what company you work or what client need. Some of my client they want purely 3D. I didn't sketch anything and just submit a 3D. But some of my client work they want just photo bashing, no 3D. So if you can learn everything, and I can say that if you can learn as much as you can, trying different techniques, the more opportunity you will get. Okay, so I think this is the most boring part because you have to practice, study after work. Okay, learning something new every day, every month, every year. But you have to do this. And if you start this job because you really love to do this, I think don't worry about anything else, just having fun with your work, okay, just having fun with your job. I really love to learn something new. Okay, I take a ton of mentorship for the past 5 years. Okay, and the last thing I think I'm gonna talking about is AI. Okay, so let's me explain something like this. Uh, okay, before AI coming, I have to do everything by my own self, you know, or even just buy a stuff or download a model. So I spend a lot of money, but because I want to push my work to the really high quality, and a lot of money that I spend. So I experiment something that I can show you. I'm gonna show you what uh, AI tools I did, but you can just searching on the internet. They have many company try to do this, and it's helped me a lot. If you see this, I try to do like a eye chest, and I will scale it up, scale it down, scale it down. Okay, you see this? All of this are AI. Okay, it helps me a lot and save time doing this small props. It's not necessarily because I just want to add some more detail, and I use AI as a 3D generator. And I can't show you what website I did because they didn't sponsor us. But you can find many tools in the market nowadays. And yes, this this one I just upload this on their website, and they create this kind of stuff with really clean topology. You see that? And I just adding a texture and shading color, but the board I model it by my own. Okay, but it's saved my time a lot because I don't want to spend doing this in ZBrush. Okay, it's helped me a lot. Maybe actually this one is not a good model because too much polygon, but it's okay for concept art. And I think for me, or AI gonna 3D AI can replace some of 3D scan. You know 3D scan. You just scan stuff with your phone or your camera, and they're gonna generate your 3D models. And I think I spend a lot of money on 3D scan, but for now I will use AI that it helped me a lot doing this. And I tried this with uh, some character, but I accidentally delete the texture, and it's look terrible now. But it's exactly the same way. Okay, just just a big shape is help you a lot to figure it out, or the perspective. Okay, and this is my final result. Yes, I think I spent 2 or 3 hours on this piece, just try something new. Okay, I use AI to help me generate the model. So just try to do like a simple scene, but but what I really want to tell you is, uh, if you work smart and use AI as a tool, is okay. For me, AI is just another tool. And what I have noticed is that the people who complain about AI the most are usually the ones who are affected by it. Meanwhile, I have seen many 3D artists use AI, or even just a director use AI uh, to generate concept art, and then they rebuild everything properly in 3D. It speed up their workflow instead of repressing their skill. And as a concept artist myself, I also use AI to help me generate 3D models or explore ideas. It saved me a lot of money and time. Okay. Um, I'm not saying AI is perfect or that everything about it is right. Some AI models used artwork from real artists without permission, and that is a serious issue. But at the end of the day, AI is a tool, okay, like 3D, like Photoshop, okay, like photo bashing. They talk about this many years ago that you are cheating, you're not a real artist. You have to paint every piece, okay. But we work in production, and they uh, don't waste your time. They want just a final result. Do everything that fast and come up with cool design. And uh, if you use it with intention, with your own design skill and with responsibility, it can help you create better work faster. Or if you rely on it blindly, it will exploit your weakness. And it's all depends on how you use it. Um, yes, I think so. To summarize, if you want to become a successful environment concept artist, or not just environment, or any kind of designer, focus on these three pillars. Okay, fundamentals are is bowling, but you have to learn this, very important. And knowledge and visually, you need more time and just collect it year by year from your experience. Okay. And last one is tools. Ask yourself what you really want to be. What is your goal? Okay. Take notes or list everything that you have to do to achieve that. Okay. And keep practicing. Try to have fun with the process. And if you ever feel tired or lost, think about day one. Think about why you started. Hold on to that feeling and keep going. Try to have fun. And I think that's all for today. Okay, thanks. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, nice. Thank you, Oat. Hey, clap your hands, guys, for Oat. And thank you for
Okay,
sharing your very insightful um, concept
okay,
art knowledge, right? So we're gonna
sure,
open the Q&A session for those who wanted to write down their question. You can write down here. Wait, let me just type it. Um,
sure.
question
Oh, someone.
here. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, so you can ask out questions there. You can type it in English, and I'm gonna read it to Oat. But if you're a student from a full course, then of course you can now open your mic and ask away the questions. Okay. Yep.
I have a question.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
um, you've been like mentioning about like mostly about like 3D stuff and like
Yeah.
anything about tool kind of thing. But do you think like tool is really necessary for like making like a concept artist, or you can like just started from like a for very beginning, like learning about fundamental and stuff like that, and you don't have to using like any kind of tools, stuff like that. So yeah, like my question is
Okay.
like, is it really necessary for using a tool for
Okay.
helping us like making concept artists?
A good question. I have to say that the way FCDs teach art, they try to use 3D in your or their workflow. So I think if if you can work without 3D and come up with something cool and good design is okay, but it save a lot of time. You can check FCD website. If I think all of it, they use 3D in their workflow. In my time, I use SketchUp, but maybe a 5 year before the school course, I think they changed to Blender. Um, so, for example, this one is pretty hard, to drawing this kind of thing in perspective, and it's too complex and too much detail. But if you use 3D, it help a lot. And I think the next thing that very important, when you work in production, they don't want only one view, one angle. You have to turn around it, or front view, side view, something like that. So 3D help you a lot to design, and just switching camera, or maybe just send a 3D model to 3D artist, and they understand everything exactly, because uh, from my experience, I have a chance to fix some old work in my full time job. He 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 used he designed a car with without 3D, and then I have to fix this and explain everything by using 3D mock-up, and because sometimes it's too complex, like a rear view or three quarter view, and it hard to understand exactly what it is. But when you have 3D, you can turn around, or see every angle, and I think it save time. So, um, for me, if you work in animation or 2D or stylized or cartoony or some kind like that, it's okay if you don't want to use 3D. But if you have to work for game, I think you have to learn this. Is that answer your question?
Oh, hello. Yeah, that's
Okay.
answer my question. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Any other students want to ask question before I read the chat? Hello.
Uh, hello,
Hi.
hello, hello all.
Hi. What's up?
I wonder how to make peace more personal because whenever I working in peace, like either drawing or concept art, it always lost the personal feeling on it.
Okay. For me, I think, it's totally different. When you work in concept art, it's not just about art. It is about design. So sometimes it's hard to do something that you didn't like it. Okay. uh but you have to do this because you want a job. So For me, I think you have to separate this in two tasks. Okay, the one for applying for a job, do like everything in production want, and for another one just doing what you really want, having fun with this, and you can switch or okay do this for a job and then take a break, having fun with something and doing for a job again. Okay, I can share this. Most of this, I try to create a strong portfolio by experiment and doing a different category. Okay, you can see like I have sci-fi, have fantasies, like old Japanese stuff, temple, but I do this for fun. For fun, I might not got a job by this, but I just enjoy this. But I or something like that. Just or separate this, do it for fun, or take a break and do what you have to do to apply a job. Yeah, that's all.
So separate the work between personal and the job one.
Yeah. Yeah, like this. Is that answer your question or
Yeah, I think that answer my question.
okay? Yeah, but try to have fun. I all of my work I just start from I really want to work. I like this kind of stuff and doing this and you know uh maybe you can give me an example or what is your personal styles or something.
Uh, my personal stuff is more like illustration for now because most of my concept artwork is mostly for school.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, just doing what school teach you, and you will get a job by this, and uh, if you have free time, just doing whatever you want, don't care anything, just having fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, thank you all.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Any other students with open mic that wants to ask question? I guess we'll go to the chat section, and Andy will be the first one since she has the connection issue. Um,
Okay.
from Andy, which industry do you currently recommend entering as a junior concept artist based on your observation?
Okay. This is very easy question. Just go for a game or mobile game or very uh the most of concept art job is game because they just use free money, not not a free money, not expensive like doing a film or something like that. Just start from that and our mobile game that have a lot of company doing mobile game and another thing is I'm not sure that you have like an outsourcing company in Indonesia, but I think you have you know an outsourcing studio. They got a job from a client around the world, and uh, they have a lot of opportunity on it because they always have a work. But if you go for maybe a film or movies, it's pretty hard. From my experience, it's totally different because sometimes people in film industry they didn't use a concept artists to work. Uh, but for game is much easily. Okay.
All right, next question from Anhuang. Um, hi, in job, do you or concept I think you do, or concept artists generally, often task working on technical design sheets, exploration or iteration sketches, call out floor plans, etc., or more keyframe stuffs, more like illustrative, the one that you show, I think.
Okay. Uh, I gonna also like what I did before. I do this for fun and show off my skill. Okay, but I can show you my student work. The way I teach them is totally different because you have to do this if you work as a concept artist, and you have to do like this. Okay, but if you want more follower or want to become a popular, just do a flashy image and cool keyframe. But for me, try to adapt these two things together. The way FCD teach, the way Julian teach you guys in White Box Academy is is the right way to do this. To apply for a job, you have to do this volume thing. But from my experience, if you work in a small industries like me, like Thailand, or you have to do you have to handle every kind of task. You know, you have to do like a T-frame, call out, or props, character, everything. So for me, you have to combine this thing together. But you really want to get a job, do like a call out, floor plan, and sketch stuff because uh, when you work in industry, the keyframe or stuff like this, art director or senior artist gonna do this and then throw this to junior. And okay, you do this for me, break break down this, call all this. Okay, that's is how it works. Okay, if you want to apply for a job as junior artist, doing this stuff, but for me, from my experience, if you work in small industry, you have to show a cool lender, and you will got more opportunity.
Okay, next question for Marley. Hi, thanks for the insight. I would like to ask, since it was mentioned that AI might be potentially used in the production, do professional artists or studio usually disclose that they use AI somewhere within the process of their work, considering that they might also employ outsourcing and might not know the full extent of AI use in the outsourced work?
Hmm. All I know, I don't know about. Uh, I'm not sure about. Uh, many studios they have a different workflow, but all I know for now they use AI in their workflow, but they just don't want to share this. And I think their main thing is our concept artist is our pre-production. So everything you did, no one gonna see. Actually, most of it, no one gonna see. So, they can use everything, even AI, generate for idea. Okay. So, but I can show you some interesting thing like our wisdom. Okay, like this. I have opportunity to take his mentorship, and he showed me this kind of stuff. Wiscom is AI tools that they invite many famous and popular concept artists to join them to develop these tools. And if you go and check this, you're gonna find something very cool.
Just so I can get some more variations, and if I wanted to pose that's kind of like 3/4 looking at the screen, and then I'll have all the orthograph did early, so realistic, and then I'm gonna post it for part of the video you have scrubbed. So I'm gonna scrub to that part.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. You can check this later, but it is a useful tools, and I think you have to try to survive. For me, try to survive in this industry and learn everything as much as I can, even if it doesn't work or in the future, but I try to experiment something new and adapt it into my workflow.
Next question is from Dean Tand. Hi, I saw that you started off with fundamentals of 2D art. I want to know at what point during your workflow do you move away from 3D assistance into 2D touch? Into 2D touch up and finishing. To be specific, when do you have the confidence exactly to move to 2D and finish up at the utmost quality?
Okay. Maybe I'm gonna show you this one. Um, it depends how your expectation for the final piece, and sometimes if just you want only just a simple block 3D block out and spending time to on for Photoshop is okay, but okay for me like this one. I use this is a raw render. I try to practice it by adding a glass into the scene, and you can see there's it through strength line and it hard shape, and I need more flow, more light work. Okay, just need to make it more natural, and I just paint over it like this, more curve, something like this. So it depends on your style too. Uh, if you want to achieve a realistic level, I think 80 or 90% 3D is, is is your expectation. But if you go for stylized or just need more paint in your work, you can just make it more simple, not do everything in 3D. I think after I I do as much as I can, and then after I realize that I can handle this with some simple stuff like adding a sky, you know, adding a sky, adding a okay. This one is a great example as well, but I think I don't have a raw render. But I I just blocking out the big shape of this, but the snow is photo bashing, and this one is photo bashing. So because if you try to adding snow in 3D is not look real like this. It's not my expectation. So I just blocking this like a really simple white texture and then adding this in Photoshop. So for me, if I'm gonna stop using 3D after I'm pretty sure that I can handle the list of tasks that I have to do. Yeah. That's my question or my answer.
Okay, cool. Next question from Kay. Hello, I would like to ask about portfolio concept artists. I was wondering like how many art projects do we concept artists usually have to present in our portfolio so that company are interested to see? is 3 to 4 concept project are enough? Because right now I personally have more characters illustration more than concept art, and my goal right now is to get a concept art position. And I'm not sure if I have the time. If most company expect us to have at least more than 10 to 15 projects. Sorry for the long text.
Okay. Um, it's depend on each how I'm not sure how many pieces on different on each project. Uh, so but if you have more character illustration project, so it's hard to apply for concept art job. It's totally different. May maybe I think you have to focus really focus on concept art project. Okay. Do like for me, do like one keyframe is okay, and after that, just try to call out everything. Okay. If you see every concept art work, they always have some patterns that you can follow. First, if you want to do work in as environment concept art, or one keyframe is totally fine. But if you create this in 3D, you can just move a camera, and you can or it can help you give you a bunch of a different angle. And after that, call out this piece, call out this one, and showing some process. Okay, showing some process that is it helps you because the first thing is the studio or company that you want to work, they after they see your process, they gonna pretty sure that you do this by your own. Okay, and second is you understand how to generate your idea to become from idea to the final polished work. Okay, and one keyframe and do some call out and show some process, and after that just uh, show your design asset as much as you can. And the last thing is your sketch. It's help a lot because some company that they want to see your sketch first before we it, it, this is easier thing to come up with your design. Just sketching, you you can tell that this one is word is not okay. This one I love this one. Okay, just showing like a package. Okay, the first one is one keyframe, call out, showing some process, uh, show your design and some sketch, and I think that's all. If you want to work as a concept artist, they all wear the same pattern like this. Okay.
Next question from Juicy Burger. Our studios usually filter candidates by the general skill sets like fundamental, 3D designs, other general industrial knowledge, so they can hire someone as long as we have the skill for the industry? Or do they prefer candidates that can show the same style or having the visual direction that is not too far from the studio style? Because I don't know the limitation between me having fun
Okay.
with our personal taste when create our own personal portfolio or project. Is it better to adjust our work to show that we can do things in their style too, since we're also hoping that we'll get hired? Thank you.
Okay, this is a very great question, or good question. Uh, for me, I try to do Okay, let's say I know exactly what is my style. Okay, I just focus on linguistic stuff. Maybe just semi linguistic is okay, but I will not apply for stylized or cartoony for sure. I will not apply for this kind of job. And after that, I know exactly what I want, and then in very first stage, I I try to doing in my work in different topic. Okay, like to show them that I can handle different tasks. Like I have cyberpunk thing. I have a snow village that I want to show them that I can handle this kind of stuff. I go for a sci-fi hard surface and some temple scene and post-apocalypse and modern day, like John Wick, George Simple, or some old Japanese stuff and fantasy or something like that. So for me, just try to, like when you design something, you need variation for your design. You like or version A, B, C, D, or try to do the same in your portfolio. And after that, after when you first day, you can just focus only one thing for me because if you can show different style in your portfolio, you can get more opportunity, more chance to get a job. And after that, just but you can focus only one style is totally fine. But for me, just for me, at least one category or one genre, one type, something like that is enough. And just doing something that you really want to do. But the first thing is you have to make sure that which direction you want to go. Like a realistic style. Okay, I focus on only realistic, no stylized, something like that. And I think you can check your studios that you really want to join. I do this before. I list every studio that I want to join and check at their work. Check the artists who work in that studio and track them and look at their work, what they did, what the tools they did, uh, and try to do the same thing, learn the same thing. And I think it's helped you to get more chance to become one of their styles. Yes, something like that.
Okay,
Okay.
from Anhuang. If I'm allowed asking, second question, can you recommend resources to learn Blender?
Okay. For now, I think many tutorial nowadays, because it's too much, it's popular for now. But you can go to Learn Square. I think Learn Square. If you want to focus Blender as a 3D artist, you can check on our YouTube channel. They have a lot of great tutorial that they share how to model this stuff, but first thing you have to understand how to use Blender, like navigation, some really simple stuff. But if you want to focus on concept art things, I think our LensCraft has a cheap tutorial and that a student can afford. And maybe you can take a look at our station. ArtStation and Gumroad. Gumroad. Let me find you. Yeah, just type Blender and find the popular one. Yes, like this. High art. He's a very great artist. You can see. I think for now, many tutorial on the internet are pretty good. I can't decide which one, but uh, my first time learning Blender, I learned from Sergio Castaneda and Martin Herman. He's teaching in CGMA. But I think their platform, I think they closed CGMA. Yes, I learned from this at I think 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, I heard CGMA is
Yeah,
closing,
yeah.
no?
Sergio Castaneda
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
is one of my best mentor. His work is crazy. You can shake his work. Look at this. I learned how to use Dash Studio from him, and learn how to use Blender from him. There's, yeah, just check this. But Learn Square much cheaper.
uh, 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 the first time you mentioned you only is it why why they in film and animation, why they don't really use concept artists and maybe other stuff, why they are always using visual development artists rather than 3D artists? I just wondering because I want to go to animation industry, but I still don't know between if I really need to learn 3D or 2D, because sometimes they need 3D too, sometimes they need animation too. Like and I mean a visual like you show me like that, but I still kind of don't know where to go to start at animation industry. Watch what they need gitu, like what they really need. Is it 3D stuff or 2D stuff, or combine, like in Spider-Man they are combining something with 3D and painting stuff, or like in Arcane maybe like that,
Okay.
which yeah, like that.
Um, I think for film, uh, I recently worked on film last month, and I found that some in Thailand, just maybe it's only in Thailand. They use like a set designer and production designer. Uh, if the film that they didn't want to do fantasy design or something, just very simple thing, they actually don't need concept art to work. But you will familiar with our many concept art book from film like Marvel, Star Wars, or stuff like that. It's likely to found in our small industry like Southeast Asia, and so they use only a set designer who is our architecture to change some real structure into their own design. So uh, they just use SketchUp and photo bashing stuff, Photoshop, and no 3D, and no need as concept artist. But I'm so lucky to be a part of this. Yes, and the next thing is our animation. Um, this I think I have experience to work on this animation as they call location artist or maybe are 2D background artist, and they didn't use 3D in that workflow, just drawing live work. And you have to, if you want to work in animation, you have to focus on uh, live work, sketching, and perspective. And but for me, if sometimes if you struggle with perspective and maybe it's too complex, you can use 3D like a simple block out and help you practice with your drawing. But if you can do it without 3D, it's great. It will help you a lot much faster. And the way FCD and I think Julian try to do the same and is trying to teach you from the really basic, and that is the most important thing. So understand perspective is very difficult and it's complicated sometimes, but I think when you work in animation, sometimes they didn't do like a really complex scene uh, like this. You can draw this actually three parts per perspective, and it's pretty. It's not that complex, and you can see this line right is it a bit off perspective, but it's okay. And this shot is no need to use 3D at all. Like this, just just simple, one point. Okay, so but uh, for me, I think you should focus on light work, sketching, and 2D fundamentals. And it's okay if you will not use 3D. It's totally fine. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's answer my question.
Okay. Okay.
You.
Okay, cool. I think it is time for us to end the workshop. So, thank you so very, very much for coming and to share your insight and experience. Any last
Okay.
word for those who are learning concept art, maybe?
Okay. Thanks everyone for coming. I'm appreciate all of you guys. I'm not a famous artist or popular one, and my are not English not my first language. Sorry about that. And try to share all I know. And uh, like I said at very beginning, uh, there are three things you have to focus. But uh, don't forget to practice your fundamental is very important. And industry always change, and the new tools will come and go. So if you want to survive, you have to learn every day, practice every day, work hard, but try to have fun with it. Thanks for you guys. Thanks so much.
Okay, cool. You guys can follow Oat on his ArtStation and Instagram for more of his work in details, and you can also follow his one-on-one mentorship if you want. If you are interested in 3D realistic environment concept art, but if you do want to focus more on your fundamental skills, you can also join Whitebrush Academy. We will teach you everything from fundamentals, from like perspective, painting, um, anatomy, and then designs work. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming tonight, and we'll see you guys in the next event. Thank you guys so much. Bye bye. Good night. See you guys.
Thank you for the
Thank
insight.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the side.